Back in November of 2020, my wife self-published her first book on Amazon. And we agreed back then that in January of 2021 that we would sit down and do an interview style video for the book. Well, that didn't happen and is now July, but this is that video.
I'm Natalia Sepulveda, and I'm the author of the children's book, Kai the Missionary Sea Turtle, Kai la Tortuga Marina Misionera. I wanted to write a book because every time I went to the library or went shopping for books for my kids, I noticed that there were a lack of bilingual children's books, especially faith-related ones. And I noticed that a lot of children didn't know what missionaries were, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for children to be inspired to be missionaries through my book. This is my first children's book. I've actually worked in translating children's books before. I've translated and edited many children's books. I would say more than 100 by now. It's been an amazing journey, and that's how I was inspired to write my book as well. I was able to work with a lot of children's books, and I noticed what was missing out there. And as a mom reading children's books to my kids, I noticed that this will be a good opportunity to be able to give back to the community, to be able to have a resource that's bilingual in English and Spanish, and also have the faith concept. It took me a little over a year to be able to publish the book. I wanted to take my time because marketing is a big part of it, and it's better to be able to plan your marketing strategy well and not just publish to crickets. I wanted it to be well done as well, so the editing process took a little while, and then illustrations, but it depends. It depends on your illustrator, the team that you're working with, who you hire, because there's going to be a lot of back and forth editing or fixing up or making changes towards the end. There are many books written out there on how to self-publish a book. I prefer to go and take the class. The first time I started with April Cox classes, Little Labradoodle, self-publishing with her company, I started with an idea, but I didn't have a book written. I didn't have the story written. It was just the beginning of an idea. And the second class I took, the second semester, my book was in the process of being written, and I was going towards the illustration. So it helped me go step by step on how to self-publish a book. And my biggest concern was to not make any mistakes. I don't like making mistakes. So if I could save time by taking classes and working with a coach or a mentor, I will do it 100 times over. Also, being able to have friends that are authors or have an author community. I'm part of many of them on Facebook, for example, and many of them ask questions in the group, and you're able to support each other. There are many important parts of writing a book, but I think having your story completely edited before speaking to an illustrator is a big deal. You want to make sure that your message is perfect. The text is perfect, because when you're working with an illustrator, you're trying to explain how you want the images, how you want every concept to be brought to life. And if you don't have the text perfectly, it may not translate well. Editing is definitely going to be a big deal of the process. If that's not written correctly, if you have typos, it can definitely hurt your book in the long run. You want to make sure you catch everything. And you could look at the same story 100 times and you might miss that accent or something. And as a professional translator and editor, I really think that's a really big deal to be able to have another set of eyes, or a few set of eyes, beta readers, editors, and definitely professional editors that know what to look for. Work with the formatter, make sure that the text is where it needs to be. It's a lot of work, but the editing process is a big deal and should not be overlooked. There are a lot of steps to publishing a book, but some of the ones that I can tell you that, more of the basic ones would be to go ahead and start writing, right? You start writing the book, you start writing all your ideas down, have a mock-up, have everything like lined up. Then you go ahead and find a developmental editor to be able to help you with the story, make sure it's the best, you have the best development onto the story. Also a grammar editor, punctuation, all that. And then you work with an illustrator, a book designer. But besides all that, you also have to go into the Library of Congress and get your book number and look into all the copyright information you need, the ISBNs, all those little extra details. Like I said, the most important thing is to be able to do research. To research what's out there in order to prepare to publish your book. Research what's out there, see what's missing, see how it can help your book, how you can market your book, be able to make relationships with other authors, and be able to have mentors or take a class like I did. And after you publish, there's still a lot of work that you need to do, which is the marketing, and be able to work with with libraries, or having your book at bookstores and different events, and to be able to promote yourself. So it is a lot, never ending. It's a lot of work, but it's definitely exciting. The best tip that I can give after you already hired your team, that you already have everything done, and you're getting closer to publishing, is to work on your marketing strategy. And how Amazon works is that, the day you launch, those first weeks or the first month or so are very important in the ranking of your book. So if you just publish the book and just tell your friends and that's it, then it's just gonna stay there. It might stay even hidden. I've actually translated a book and it was published and it had no reviews. I couldn't even find it by typing the title. I had to look for the author, click on her name to see the books that she had published, and no one can see the book. It didn't even rank. I don't know. It was odd. So you want to make sure that you have a strategy that you're able to tell people, to let people know when your book launches. So you have more people looking at the book or more people purchasing the book. You can even ask for reviews. Of course, Amazon is tricky. Like, they're not going to allow your parents to review your book, or your husband or wife. Unfortunately, they know all that, and they don't want very close people to you to leave biased reviews. So you want to go ahead and have a good launch team. That's what I would suggest. Having a launch team, having people that are interested in your book, interested in your story or the theme, any resources that you may be able to provide with your book, and have them be waiting for your book to come out. And once it's out, they'll purchase your book, and they'll go ahead and leave reviews, and that's what's going to help you rank your sales, your book sales, and people leaving reviews. Amazon does provide you with 5 free days that you can go ahead and set your book for free digitally on Kindle. So if you do have the Kindle version of your book, you're able to set the book free. And with that, you can let people know, hey, check out my book, and my book is free. And if they love it, they'll go ahead and leave a review, and that's going to help you with sales and ranking, and Amazon will be able to put it in front of other people. Some people do Amazon ads. I mean, it all depends on your budget, but I would say take a class on that as well, so that way you don't waste your money and time. Marketing is a whole new world. I mean, and with social media, it changes constantly. With everything changes, so you want to make sure you're well informed. But overall, with publishing with Amazon, it's all about having a launch team, be able to know when market well your book, and be able to set the book for free on Amazon. That can also help with reviews, because they'll be verified reviews. But overall, it's having a good marketing strategy, having people be waiting with excitement about your book, and can help you spread the word as well. So just having that marketing strategy, I think, is going to help with Amazon.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope to make more mini docs and interview videos soon. So stay tuned for that. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And hit the bell so you can be notified when we post a new video. Love you all. Peace.